Hi, everybody. Matt here from Matt Likes Comics, and welcome to the Sunday Superman Show. Tonight, I have a few guests just waiting in the green room just for me to bring them in. And so, without any big ado, let's bring in everybody who's come by. We've got Big Lyle in the house. Hi, Big.
Hey, everybody.
We've got Chonko in the house. Chonko. And I am very pleased that he was able to make it. We've got the immortal Biggie Shack himself.
Yo.
What up?
Biggie himself is a big Superman fan, so I was hoping he would be able to join us on the show at some point.
Yeah, man.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Excellent.
Good.
Really good.
Yeah. How's everybody spent their day? Did they watch a whole bunch of shows on there like I did? And Mike is here. So
Sorry I'm late.
hi, Mike. That's fine. I'm glad you could make it.
I know, Mike.
Everybody spent
Good.
their
How
day
was
watching-
everybody?
Good. How are you, Mike?
Good. I was putting the kids to bed. They didn't want to go to bed. I wanted to make sure they were out of the way so they don't make their background noise.
Oh, it's only 6 o'clock here.
Ah, yes, but that's you. The rest of us are all actually
It's still
Chonko's
sunny.
in Central.
You still got daylight there, Lyle.
Yeah, right there.
Well, it's nice of you, Mike, to take time out from watching the Montreal Canadiens to join us tonight.
I'd rather be here.
Oh, I appreciate it. So basically what we're going to do tonight is we're going to do a bit of Bronze Age showing. Mike here has he's received a bunch of Bronze Age books he wanted to show not too long ago. So I thought Bronze Age would be the way to go tonight. Now, that doesn't mean that we're showing exclusively Bronze Age. I want to very quickly show a book that I want everybody out there to go buy. This came out a week ago last Wednesday. This is the Superman Summer Special. Go get it. It is good. Lana gets married finally, and she marries John Henry Irons. I think that this is a book that everybody should buy because I think when the movie comes out, this will actually start going up in value. So
Is Lana in the movie?
Lana is always in the movie.
We'll see if she gets introduced in the first
I
part.
don't know if she'll be introduced per se, but she's been in every Superman movie so far. So I can't see why she wouldn't be. So let's just quickly say hi to everybody who showed up, and then we'll get right into it. We've got the absolutely wonderful Christina Payne.
Hi, Christina.
All right.
We've got Robbie. Hi, Robbie.
Robbie.
We've got Kay Munin in the house.
Hey, Kim Union.
Bjorn is here. Hi, son of Crom. Steven is in the chat. Hi, Steven.
Hi, Steven. Looking forward for tomorrow's reveal.
Oh, yes. We've got the Kryptonite Kid. Don't get too close. All right. So that's who we've got in the chat so far. So tonight, let's start with our friend, the immortal Biggie Shack. He's not going to be able to stay for the whole show. So let's see what Biggie's brought us. I'll make you big.
Thank you. Glad I could make it. Anytime that Matt asks for anybody for me to come on his channel, I always do my best to make it.
Just before we get going, we've had a super chat. I haven't made a video yet, but thank you very much, Stephen. I really appreciate it.
Beautiful. I'm glad that you're getting super chats now. The news is that Matt is able to get super chats, guys. So let him rip. All right. So Sunday night ain't the best for me. He's being a pal. He's letting me go first, but I thought I'd start off with that little guy.
Well, that's a
Very
good
nice.
one.
Nice.
That is
Nice
a
one.
great book.
I remember when that came out.
Me too.
This is the first Lex suit and the first Brainiac suit. It's a great story. I remember the Brainiac suit story being a lot better. Great insides, Neil Adams cover. One of my favorites.
One of the things I was sad about with that book was the destruction of Lexor, because that had been around for a while, and it was kind of neat that there was a plan that Luthor was the good guy and Superman was the villain. So
Now, this is a reprint, but I believe it is from the Bronze Age, and it is the DC and Marvel presents Superman and Spider-Man, and you have Doctor Doom and Parasite.
That is from the Bronze Age originally. Yes, that
And,
is pretty cool.
It kind of shows how cool Parasite is. You know, people don't think of him as being one of Superman's main enemies, but he must have been pretty big up there to be able to make this book.
Was that a Treasury edition originally?
That's a really cool
Yes,
Treasury reprint, which they didn't do much of. That reprint's like a $50 book. Like,
Nice.
yeah.
The real Treasury is like a $100 book, but that's not bad.
Yeah, I remember the Treasury when I was a kid.
Yeah. So I got these next few 2 or 3 are from Matt, but these are just kind of on top of my to read stuff and just to look at. You know, I like appreciate when people send me stuff. I got more bronze Superman. I even got a couple slabs. I just wanted to show a few tonight, though. But I got this one from Matt.
Cool.
Nice.
So
That is nice.
25-cent bronzer. Thank you again, Matt.
No problem, man.
Superman 294.
Nice.
Yep.
That one is either 75 or 76. I don't remember exactly the
I
year.
think this might be copper, but it's pushing bronze. It's one of my favorite books in my collection, the Superman Quick Funny.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that is fun. I've always liked the promotional books.
Mm-hmm.
They always needed the superheroes to help promote those things.
Yeah,
And this is Bronze Age. This is the first issue. Jack Kirby came back to DC. Kirby is here. Jimmy Olsen 133. Now mine's got some marker on it, but it was a gift, so
very nice book.
Yeah, that's
still
cool.
good to have. Very nice. Some more bronze. 20-cent Superman 275.
Cool.
Another good one. I believe that's the first appearance of Lola Bartlett, who's the girl in the at the desk in the front.
Oh, nice. It's the first cover appearance, too. I didn't know that.
One of the books that I've got coming, it's in my stackery and it's on its way, is the first appearance of Steve Lombard, who was the sportscaster and a big rival of Superman at the time. He was always playing jokes on Clark Kent.
Okay.
So,
Superman 292.
that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
fun
that's cool.
classic Lex Luger. He's got the kryptonite gun. Now we get into some of my keys. Start off with some bronze. 20-cent Action Comics 419. The first appearance of the Human Target.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can take that out. I can take that one out of my
How we
pile.
doing? I got them twos. Okay.
That's a great book. Neil Adams always hated that one because he didn't like the background being photographic.
This is one of my favorite collecting stories of finding comics. This was one of my best buys. I got this for $5, and
Wow.
it's probably around an 8.0, I'd say. 134.
That's a very nice first appearance
Oh,
of
yeah.
Darkseid.
For $5. Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a great deal.
yeah, I was shocked. It's a gorgeous Neil Adams cover. It's probably the best bronze B for Superman, I think. I don't know. Maybe y'all beat it later, but that's my favorite.
No, that's a big. That's probably one of the biggest Superman books of the '70s. There were not too many. Super other than like Terra Man that were introduced in the '70s, and the Atomic Skull. So the Dark Side stuff, and the Kirby Fourth World was all pretty big.
Yeah. I got, after I show my stack, I'm gonna go try to find a magazine. It's Superman oriented. Have y'all heard of Hunger Dogs?
Yes.
Yes. I'd like to show it before I go, but I got 4 more books with slabs. This is a modern book, but still, pretty cool.
Mhm.
You can't go wrong with the Death of Superman.
Classic.
Dan Jurgen.
I think there were six editions of that, like where 6 prints or.
Well, I think the Sixth Spirit was the thick one where it had all of them. Yeah,
That's right. But it's kind of cool because they have the Roman numeral on the front to show you which print it is after the first one.
yeah. This is my favorite Silver Age Superman book. It's the first Brainiac.
Banger.
That's a banger. That's a big sausage.
Big old sausage right there.
Are
Yeah,
you trying to break that stick, Jonko? Because that's hilarious.
you got to kind of go out of your way to get that one. That one don't really pop up in front of you too much. And I show these about every stream I go to talking about Superman. So the next two, World's Finest 2.
That's still, it never hurts to see it. I never tire of seeing that book.
Yeah. And my last book I will show for now. I'll try to find a Hunger Dogs unless one of y'all might have it, but I'll grab it. But yeah. Superman 23. It's not like y'all should have grabbed it because it don't have Superman on cover, but here's my last book for now.
That's a cool one.
That is a great one.
Yeah, that's an awesome.
That's even older than I am.
But
That was
anything with the
great-
Nazis, I think
That was
Yeah,
a
that was way before my time.
great show.
Thank
Great pile of books there, Biggie.
Thank you
We're
very
gonna
much.
go. We're gonna go next in order that I've got here. So, Lyle, you're next. You're up.
Oh, beautiful. So I was at a yard sale last week. I showed these on Matt's Tuesday show, but they were new to me. I hadn't seen them before, so they were known as a motivational comic, and in good English, so the kids could learn how to read and write and whatnot. And then they had this one,
Oh, that's awesome.
and they measure 11 by 12 actually is what this one, not 11 by 14 like I had mentioned before, but 11 by 12.
that's
Yeah,
Treasury
but-
edition size.
Pardon?
No,
Is that a
it's
Treasury
smaller than-
edition size?
It's
A little bit
than
smaller
Treasury.
than the Treasury.
Okay.
The magazine.
These were done by
magazine size.
Warner Educational Services. These were from 1978,
Nice.
and then, well, Matt likes this one, so I'll show it.
What's not to like? She's wearing hot pants and she's in space.
When I spotted this, when I bought it, it was like an extra couple of dollars, and I I thought of Matt right away when I saw it, so I gotta have it. So what? Those 15 long boxes I bought a few weeks ago, I just discovered the ones I'm showing you tonight. That was in it. I didn't have time to research, let you know what the first appearances are and all that, but this one was in it. This was from
Go check.
1966.
Very nice.
Number issue 96. This is issue 158.
That is
Yeah.
very close to the end of the run. That's 163 was the last. So
Yep. This one was from 1973. And this was from 1965.
yes, I've seen that advertised in a lot of DC books. That was the one that came out to take advantage of the Beatles.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Superman going, yeah. That just something.
That's hilarious.
hilarious.
And in that lot, there was also this one from 1965.
That's a fun one. I've got that. That's pretty fun.
Yeah. Good. I was wondering if you had it or not.
Another good one.
Yeah. 1967. Go checks. I'm not sure if you have this one. This was from 1968.
I do not have that one because it's the 80-page giants are hard to find.
They are.
What number is that one?
This one is 212
212. Yeah.
from 1968.
Is
What
that a
I
Neil
like-
Adams cover?
It should be.
It.
He did the majority covers then for Superman.
I don't know. I have, like I said, I didn't have a chance to look any of this up. I just dug them
I
out of
call
the
it
book.
Journey.
This is issue 303.
Another good one. I
Yeah,
showed
I
that
know
one in the last show.
Yeah. This was in rough shape, I wasn't going to show it, but it's issue 285.
I just got that a couple weeks ago,
Well, good.
and I just filed it.
Awesome.
It's like an HP Lovecraft looking cover.
It does,
is
yeah.
a plant. It is a type plant, but it's pretty cool.
Oh yes, the diamond.
I
Yeah,
love that
issue
cover.
280.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was in pretty good shape. I was surprised. This one's issue 271
Nice.
Very nice.
from 1974.
Nice.
This one's a Canadian variant, issue 386.
Nice. Okay, I love Canadian variants. That was when Gil Kane was doing the majority of the covers, and
Right?
they seem to be rushing. The last couple years of Superman, it seemed to be that they knew that something was going to happen because the quality of the books actually went down a little bit.
Yep.
Between, I'd say, 380 and about 410, and then they picked up again.
Lois Lane number 40.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
This was from 1963.
Cool one.
Wonder how she ended up old. I haven't read that one.
I forgot my curiosity too.
Issue 43.
Nice.
Lois was just such a bad girlfriend.
Trim. Issue
Superman
60
wasn't exactly a good boyfriend either.
He was a lot better than she was a girlfriend, dude.
Issue 62, 1966.
Nice. Alan's in the chat. Hi, Alan.
Number
Alan.
94.
It's all right, Alan.
This was from 1969. Number 99.
Very nice. Cayman Union is not a fan of Lois Lane.
Dude, me neither, really. I mean,
And this one is issue 105, and I think it's the first appearance of Rose and Thorn.
exactly right. Yeah.
Yes, that is correct.
That was a guess because I'm like, oh, okay, let's see.
Great
No,
book.
I actually did. I actually did a Rose and Thorn video not too long ago.
Okay, I don't know how many rounds you're
You
doing.
know what
but-
the
No, we're only doing one round each, Lyle.
okay,
Oh,
perfect.
let me show one more book before I go,
Hang on, we'll make you big, Biggie.
Matt. You know what the second Rose and Thorn is, right, Matt?
Yep. I think it's 108. I think
Was
that
it?
could be 106.
It's the Curiosity. If Lois
Yeah,
is love.
okay.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I
there's
have.
the underdog. Yeah, I like that one.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if Superman's in it. I don't think he is, but you know, Dark Side,
Yeah,
Superman.
it's all good.
Well,
All right, boys, y'all have
Darkseid-
fun, man.
see, everybody thinks that Darkseid, thanks, Biggie.
Thanks, Biggie.
What was you gonna say? I wanted to hear it before I go.
It's all
Yeah.
good. Appreciate
Everybody thinks that Darkseid is like a Justice villain. No, he started off as a Superman villain and stayed as such for a long time.
Mhm,
So,
mhm. All right,
You
Charles.
know? Okay, well, we're going to let Chonko go next, Mike, because he's only got a few books, and then I will give you the floor for all your wonderful new books. All right, so let's make Chonko big.
I have some, but I'm gonna get out of the Bronze Age really quickly. I just gotta warn you, I don't have many bronze. But we'll start off with the one I always show, and it's my favorite. It's where it's like Superman, don't do what it looks like you're about to do. Don't do that. That's bad.
You know what's hilarious about that book is that most people get that impression, but I read that when I was so young, and I know the story so well that I don't even get that vibe at all.
I got to show it again because
I know now that the people pointed out to me, I get it, but
Well,
Right.
it's a different era, Matt.
yeah,
Yeah.
couple bronze Lois Lanes. Rose and Thorn on the cover, but it's one where Lois gets old and she doesn't want Superman to see her because she's like, if Superman sees me like this, I'll just die.
yeah.
And another Rose and Thorn in this one, and
Awesome. Yeah.
yeah, Lois is afraid that Superman is falling for Thorn
I like
in
it.
that one.
Ooh.
Okay, Alan asked why was he removing his clothes. Jonathan is sick in that book, and it's Pete Ross's son, and Pete Ross has asked him to give him his secret identity because he thinks it'll help him recover. And so that's why he's taking his clothes off. He's trying to reveal that Clark Kent is Superman. So
Yeah. I know the story is like different, but it's just I sometimes think the artists were doing something like subtly and laughing about it when they were doing it in behind.
hi, Brian.
But yeah, this is Superman 423. It's the last issue of that run. Cool classic cover. I've sent this in multiple times to try to get a 9.8, and it gets rejected every time.
That is one of the best stories ever written. You can really tell it's Alan Moore.
Yeah, that's the cool part about it. Alan Moore writing Superman is cool. And this is a John Byrne action, and it's for Silver Banshee.
Yeah, that's a good one too. First appearance.
And this one was like a free book that someone sent me. I haven't read it, but I'm sure Matt knows this. It's a Superman 35. I guess this will be the new run. This is 1989. Racer's Edge and Brainstorm.
Good one. Yes. Yeah. What's happened is you had a couple, two stories going on simultaneously. The top had one story that had the storyline with Morgan Edge, and the bottom part had the storyline with the new Brainiac. It was actually a really cool concept.
Right. I got another free. This is Silver Age, but this was just sent to me free by shout out Brian from Beyond Wednesdays. I bought some stuff in his auction. Actually, I bought quite a bit in his auction, and he sent me something. This is really, really cool. It's a Justice League number 77, and he threw that in for free.
That's nice. Superman was busiest with the Justice League probably between issues 40, I want to say.
I'll give you 15 cents.
And to 200.
And this one I picked up because of Biggie. Biggie was mentioning this comic. He's mentioned it a few times, and I thought it was really cool. But it's the Superman Man of Steel number 30. It's this like make your own cover it's got the color forms. Like you can, you can stick color forms. This one has the color forms, in it in the bag.
This is one of the few books I had to buy 2 copies because I didn't want to. The first one I got was in the bag, and I didn't want to open it. So it took me another 3 months to find one that was outside of the bag. So
yeah, when Biggie pointed this out, I was like, wow, that is really, really cool. I'm gonna get that. And I'm just gonna show a couple Turner covers because everybody should see them.
Ooh, nice. That would be when Supergirl is training on Paradise Island.
And number 10, but we'll go ahead and show number 13 too.
And that is when she's finally herself. That is, I believe, the last issue of the Dark Side run, where she was brought in because it was 6 issues. That would be the 6th issue. Yeah.
Yeah, just cool. Turner does.
Thank you very much, Alan. Alan, we have a new member to the board that I'm going to add before I show the board at the end of the thing. Keep going there, Chonko.
Everybody should join. By the way, I'm a member. Alan's a member. Crom's a member. Big Nasty's a member. All the cool guys. AG, all the cool guys. We're all members. Come be part of the cool club in Matt's club. And Red Sun, my favorite Superman story. There's 3 here, but where he lands in the Soviet Union instead of the U.S. and is raised as part of that.
Yeah.
And facsimile of Action 1 because I have it.
Hi, Great Legend. Glad you could make it. Yes, Comic Collector Geek. We were just thanking you if you hadn't heard.
And,
hi, Richard.
The last, I just got 3 more and I'm done. But the Absolute Superman is more recent, but it's the cool Jim Lee foil.
That is an awesome foil.
Yeah, Jim Lee's always awesome, and this is brand new. Just came out last week. This Lozano,
It's such a beautiful
Girl, just amazing. Yeah, like just a great cover. And then shout out to Rich Big Nasty. He sent me, I think it's the entire run. It was everybody has raved about this. I've never read it, but everybody talks about how great this is. So this is on my reading list now. So
yeah,
thanks,
I have never bought that. Recently, I came across 6 of the issues in a dollar bin, so I've picked them all up, and very soon I'm going to pick up the other 6 and give it a good read.
Yeah, everyone raves about it. Like if you anytime you see this comes up, everybody talks about it. And so I'm embarrassed that I've never read it when everybody talks about how great it is. But it is in my reading.
You're embarrassed. I'm embarrassed having to admit I haven't read it.
Yeah, you're the Superman guy.
What? I know.
And just one more, just because it's Matt's show. I mean, we'll show Herco real quick.
Oh boy.
Herco! Yay! He's the true star of the comic world.
And
Everybody wants Herco.
That's my round.
Awesome. So we will bring it to Mike, who has I saw this in your background the other day. Look at his background.
I changed it for the Superman theme. I wanted to get in the Superman mood, so I have to change my background.
You want to quickly point out the books you've got on your wall? I recognize most of them, but not everybody here might.
Well, I showed those on, I think, one of my Superman videos. I mean, you have here Man of Steel #1.
Yep.
424.
That's
New
correct.
Adventures.
Yep. The Adventures of Superman. Yep.
Yeah. Superboy #1 for the 80s.
Yep. That's New Adventures of Superboy. Great book.
Superman 259.
Nice.
262.
Mm-hmm.
305, The Return of the Toyman.
First, that is a great one.
Yes, it is. Then 325.
Another good one.
I haven't read that one yet. The 325. Death of Superman.
Nice.
Yep.
And then we got Superman #1 from the 1987 reboot series.
Yeah.
Anniversary issue, Superman 300.
Nice.
Another great book.
Yeah. Now, we're going to show first, since a lot of people were showing some Jimmy Olsen books. I don't have any Jimmy Olsen yet. I'm going to be buying them because I'm all of a sudden I'm interested in now. So I'm going to pay homage to a Golden Age Jimmy Olsen by showing Golden Age camera from the 40s.
Very nice.
That's what he would be using if he was taking pictures of Superman.
Really nice.
I don't know how someone would want to carry this everywhere they go, but
cheese.
Yeah.
Just before we get going, CJ, this is a Bronze Age edition. The Byrne era of Superman. We have a couple of them that are up there on the wall, but this is mostly Bronze Age tonight.
Yeah. So
except for mine, because I don't have any.
Yes. Well.
I'm going to show something I showed on my channel is the comic book record sets from the 70s.
Nice.
I just love them. I just love the records.
Oh wow, you got the record in there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You have to buy it with the record or else it's worthless.
Right. That's how I learned to read.
I still gotta buy the record player. I'm gonna get to it eventually.
I remember I got like 3 of those 45s that were just the stories, like the people they made them up and they read them, but there was no comic book in them. Like there was one about Mixoplick and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I got those for like my 7th birthday. It was pretty cool.
So now here's another one. This I think is a Neil Adams cover.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Yes, it is Neil Adams.
Okay, and this one too. I had to get it because that one I had also as a kid. Now, this is not a Bronze Age, but it's a magazine, DC Nation #1.
Rogol Zaar. Holy smokes.
Do you know that character?
Yes, he allegedly he was claiming to be the one who destroyed Krypton.
Okay. because this is just like a preview of it, and it just says that he kills Kryptonians, so he's got to be a bit of a badass.
His thing is, I broke Krypton, so I need to kill every last Kryptonian out there that escaped.
Of course.
Yeah, because he feels that he didn't finish the job.
Then, of course, I got to show the Treasury Edition because I love the Treasury Editions.
Yes.
And as I showed him, that's just the interior cover is the full size of the Action Comics #1.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, as I explained on my video I did in Treasury Editions, when it's the famous first editions, they're exact replicas of the original comic with all the ads.
Yes.
Just blown up. And then at the back of the last page, they give a warning to people not to order from there.
I know. It's true. I had the Sensation Comics #1 when I was young. Yeah, they were really, it was scary because I'm going through. That is, by the way, those Treasury editions were how I discovered the Justice Society and like the original Green Lantern and Flash. Because I knew who Wonder Woman was, she looked the same, but then I started flipping through this, and there's ads for this Green Lantern and Flash that I didn't recognize at all. I was watching Super Friends, I was reading comic books. I didn't know that there were Golden Age heroes.
Okay.
Until I saw this book.
Well, the Treasury edition with the Justice Society, that's on my list of getting because I'm going to be buying more Treasury editions.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Now, I'm going to show a couple of silver, and then I'm going to go straight into bronze.
Awesome.
Okay. Obviously, we need some comedy with Jerry Lewis.
That is one of the best. That is one of the best books from a comedic point of view. I read it once because I had a friend who had it, but I've been wanting to buy that for years, and it's one of those ones that it's on my list, but I never get around to it.
Well, I wanted it. I wasn't purposely searching for it, but what happened is one came across, and I said, okay, now it's the right time. Now, the next two I'm going to show are not Superman books, but he's on the cover. Captain Action #1.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Right. He does make an appearance in the book, a couple of panels, and basically the storyline, what you see here is exactly what's happening in the story.
Well,
Who did that cover?
Neil Adams.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like Adams.
I'm not sure. If it is, I'm not sure yet.
Neil Adams did that cover. Neil Adams was probably the premier Superman cover guy before he started doing Batman during the 60s.
Yeah.
That one there is 68, so it makes sense that it would have been him.
Yeah.
Next, Shazam #1.
I just bought this. I just bought this comic on an auction. Like, I got it for real cheap.
Yeah, this used to go. It came down a lot in price. That's why I picked it up.
Which is weird, but it was overinflated because of the Shazam movies, and now that the Shazam movies were bombs, the prices are going way down again.
That's right. He doesn't appear in the story. I think it's because this was the reintroduction of Shazam, Captain Marvel.
Yes.
They wanted to put Superman on the cover just to help on the sales.
Right.
Because he appeared before that. It was 20 years before. So whoever was reading comics 20 years before that don't know who the character was.
That's true.
So by putting Superman, it'll help. I have one more Silver Age to show, and then I'm going straight into the bronze. I don't know if anybody is an old school wrestling fan. If you ever wanted to know which wrestler would have been capable of beating Superman, well, now you have your answer. Antonino Rocca.
Yeah, too bad Biggie's like a huge wrestling fan.
Oh, he's in the chat. He's
Yeah, I saw he's in the chat. I'm sure he would love to comment though.
Well, he was a 60s and 70s wrestler.
Oh yeah.
I remember him. My dad was a big fan of his.
Because this book is 1962.
It's cool. It's a cool cover.
And it's a really strange story, actually.
I wonder. Okay, this is a Canadian thing. Lyle, do you remember Maple Leaf Wrestling?
Yes, I do.
I watched.
My dad watched that faithfully.
Yeah.
That was Saturday at 12 o'clock. When Saturday
Saturday at 12
cartoons
o'clock.
finished, Saturday at 12 o'clock was Maple Leaf
That's
Wrestling.
right. My dad always saying, "Okay, it's my turn." Hang on, it went.
All right. So
Long time ago.
Superman issue 242.
Yes, Sandman, Superman,
Who did the cover on this?
Neil Adams.
Yeah, it looks like Adam.
Yeah, it looks like it. That's why it's like you can
Neil
almost.
Adams did all the covers for about a year again, starting with 233, but Kurt Swan did all the interiors.
I always know it's Neil Adams when I really love it.
Here's another one, Superman 263. The Molten Man of Steel.
Yep.
Nice.
That's a nice copy. Yep.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I bought it mostly for the cover.
Yeah, I have that in coming with the order. I don't have it yet, but it'll be in when I get my stackery.
It's a photo cover, Mike, in the back.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's
20-cent issue. It came out at the same time the one Biggie Shack was showing.
Yeah,
Looks
Nice.
like that yellow car on the cover is a Pontiac.
Yeah, it looks like a Pontiac.
he's referring to this one. Yeah.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
And we have people like Abominable Snowmans.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we have them in the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah.
I like K Munion's comment there. Superman's doing his best impersonation of the Human Torch.
Yeah.
Now we have. Now, I don't know if it was a popular thing with Superman and Superboy, but this cover here, 269. I remember a Superboy cover being very similar with the hanging Superman.
Mhm.
Yes, there is a Superboy cover similar. It was about 20 years before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess they just recycled the idea, or maybe
They did that a lot with Superman. When Mort Weisinger was the editor in the 60s, he was well known for saying things like, I recycle the stories because every 5 years, most of the kids that watched it are gone, and I can reuse the same stories just with a different twist.
Okay. Here we have some of the DC 100-page giants. This is based more on magic.
Yes.
The funny
I
thing
just
is
bought
that
too.
I actually just bought this comic in the Silver Age.
Yeah, I have that too.
Yeah. So it's like the first time that I actually have the reprint of it later, and I have the original.
I love how she ends up being Saturn Girl.
And here we have, I think this is Batgirl's second team up with Superman in the
That is
comic.
correct. That is correct. Their first one was when Bruce Wayne was trying to set them up on a date.
Lois must have been mad.
Well,
Bad girl.
it's just hilarious because it's so funny because Superman, when he saw Batgirl, figured it out because, Bruce Wayne sent me there. He knew who Bruce Wayne was. He didn't know who Batgirl was. And she figured it out because she's smart as hell. She figured out he was Clark Kent. So,
Now, 281.
Bartox.
That's like Nate's favorite.
Yeah,
That is
I
Kate's
remember
favorite 'cause he looks
Nate
like
was
Sean
showing it.
Connery.
Was it last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful cover, that one.
Well, Alan might be in the chat, but I have that.
Of course,
I have that.
I'm not surprised. Another photo cover that I really like.
No, that's a cool one too.
Yeah, that's cool.
That is
That's,
that is one of the best of the
Issue
photo covers.
289, The Phantom Horseman.
They're hard to find in good condition.
I know mine's in terrible shape, but I can't find a better one.
This one is pretty good. It has a lot of spine ticks, but you just can't tell with the mylight.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, this is all I was able to find of that one. So until the day comes, I get a high grade, I'll replace it
And give it to Matt.
and I'll give it to Matt. Or Lyle, 15 cents. It's yours.
Oh, no. I already have that one. It's good. Thanks anyway.
Lyle's like, I don't need any more comics.
And yet then he buys 15 more boxes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna move into some action comics from the Bronze Age. 417.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can take that out of my pile now. I have that.
Sorry.
Oh, that's fine. I literally just grabbed a random bunch of Bronze Age actions and just happened to be those.
We should have made a list.
Oh no, I'm not. I don't worry about that sort of thing.
And here's another one. This one I got it. It's really high grade. Issue 425.
Yes, that one I have in fantastic grade as well. That is a really nice story with the kids.
You'd think the comic book the kid was reading would have been an Infinity cover.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
would've been
it's
great.
not. It's an action comics, but it's just
Yeah.
a different cover. And we all know everybody hates to go to the dentist,
No, the nurses are pretty there now.
including Superman.
I don't know how they do that.
He must be a super dentist to pull his tooth out.
Dentists are my kryptonite.
Unless Superman's an impersonator.
Now I don't know if it's just me. I noticed because of the Bronze Age stuff that I have around the same time, I find that the action comics, like the covers, are a little bit more silly stories than the Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Not long, Biggie Shack. Not long after this, Kurt Swan goes back to doing the covers again. It doesn't last forever with Neil Adams.
so now, if ever Superman is not able to come and rescue you, don't worry, Perry White is on it.
Yes, that was a fun one too.
Oh, boy.
Those dress
That's what I'm
bands
saying.
are really
Sillier
durable.
covers and the action.
Is there anyone Superman knows that hasn't gotten superpowers at one point?
I think pretty much everybody. Well, Lana, did Lana ever get superpowers?
Lana has superpowers right now. She's known as Superwoman.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that because I'm not. So far, I still haven't bought new stuff. And then,
She's had the powers since the New 52.
oh, okay. But see, that's the time where I wasn't collecting. So that I showed this on my channel, Heroes Against Hunger from 1986.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
When this was a big thing in the mid 80s
Yeah.
to help the starving Africans.
Like We Are the World records.
Yeah,
that they cut.
exactly. And that's
Yeah.
also that's a Neil Adams cover too.
Yep.
And I'm curious because this was $2.10 Canadian, and at the time I think the books in Canadian were 90 or 95 cents or a
Yeah.
buck maybe. So all that extra money, I wanted to know if it really went there. I doubt it.
I'm sure it went to Africa. It just probably ended up in a warlord's chest.
Yeah, could be.
Mm.
That's how it always was.
And I'll show one more.
Hi, JX. Hopefully they got food because I don't want to think of the alternative.
Yeah.
I got issue number 264 of Superman. I forgot to show that one.
That one I have coming. That's the one I referred to earlier, the first Steve Lombard.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yes,
And
Mock Kent did get superpowers. I have 2 issues of Superboy where she got superpowers.
So that's it for me for the Superman for now. I got more
Awesome.
coming.
Awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to show some books. Just ones that I pulled out. I pulled out a bunch of early Bronze actions because I love action comics probably more than anything else. One, I've always been a big fan of the anthologies, and was one of the Superman and Supergirl was in action when I had my uncle's pile, so it was always action comics. I would find Supergirl, and therefore I fell in love with action as a result. This is number 408. It's a Kurt Swan cover, but
Mm-hmm.
it's similar to what just recently happened, where there was a bunch of astronauts stuck up in space, and Superman wouldn't go get them.
Huh.
So they were staying up there for a while. I mean, we know that happened in the real world, but no Superman.
No Elon Musk at that time either.
Yeah. Or no Katy Perry either.
Yeah.
We all know how brave that was. Action 409. Another one of them split personality covers where Clark and Superman show up at the same time. Now, this one was an amusing read. This is Action 410, the Satanic Son of Superman.
Oh,
He's
boy.
right there. And yes, he was a naughty, naughty little thing.
An imp.
An imp, yep. I don't remember the exact ending, but it was certainly an interesting story. I think he was an alien. Because, you know, aliens, I mean, the whole book's about an alien, right? So
Oh, yeah.
here we have Action 411, where, you know, Superman finally finds his keys. Next up here, we've got Action 412, where Superman is underground, and like the guy is saying, "Now do you believe there's a city here?" You know, and it's like this idyllic setting compared to. All I have to ask about these Hollow Earth things. Metropolis has a subway system. How do they don't just fall through? I don't understand, because they don't exactly look very solid.
And how does it have daylight?
Exactly. Well, actually, the Warlord series takes place in the Hollow Earth. Okay, takes place, and there is a sun in that area that never sets, so that's
Okay.
always sunlight.
The red sun.
No, it's a yellow sun. Action 413. It is the Voodoo Doom of Superman, and there's the old guy there with the voodoo doll of Superman, and of course sticking him in the chest. That's one thing that is cool with Superman being vulnerable to magic.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yes,
that
he is vulnerable to magic.
That was one way that it made stories pretty cool.
But is that an old woman or is it a guy?
That's a guy.
Okay.
It's a man. Actually, he makes me think a lot of an older version of Kane from the House of Mystery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like the early, like the Crypt Keeper before he was a skeleton. Like,
And here's yet another split personality Superman. Action Comics 414. Well, if he's the Superman, then who am I? You could be Superman too. There are more than one. I don't know how many stories where there's more than one Superman from other dimensions.
Superman TWO or TOO, either one.
Well, yeah, really. Well, this is definitely not Superman 2 because he's an older character. He's 20 years older than the regular Superman, and he actually has the little flecks of gray hair. And let's see here. This is the Metropolis Monster, number 415 of Action Comics.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he likes the girls in the short skirts so much he's just going to pull them through walls without thinking.
Nice. She looks nice.
Well,
We all like that.
this one is Nick Cardy. He started doing some of it. Biggie's right that at this point Nick Cardy started doing some of the covers, because Kurt Swan did most of the Superman covers. So they brought other people like Nick Cardy and Gil Kane and other guys like that to do the action covers, because Kurt Swan was drawing 4 different books a month. He didn't have time for covers for the most part. So Action Comics 416. This woman here is really, really angry. She hates Superman because she thinks he's the reason why she's in the wheelchair. Doesn't realize that Superman tried to save her and saved her life, and something went wrong afterward. Like it happened before he came by the incident. So she actually tries to kill Superman in this one. And the last one I'm going to show tonight is Action Comics 418. Who can
I
be
like that one.
more Superman? Because, there always seems to be lots of Superman.
Maybe that's some of the Superman that are hanging in the one that I showed.
Yes, exactly. So I'm going to actually ask, does anybody have any more they'd like to show? We're actually running pretty fast.
Let me take a look here.
I have a couple. Well, let's see here. Do I have a couple? Yeah, I have a couple.
I have a couple. They're not great, but I can show you. What's a couple of here?
We'll start with you.
Okay. Just got some more Lois Lanes. We're gonna bust into them just because I know K Munin was waiting for more of them. So yeah, 87. Super Lois, why are you fighting Corlar? She's the one you gave your powers. And for that, I will kill her, kill her, kill her.
Oh
So-
no!
Yes. And Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane. I know this will break your heart, Lois, but I've been married for years for reasons I can't reveal. I had to keep my marriage a secret.
Oh, I know that
I
book.
need you for anything, Superman, but why did you have to marry her? Superman. Superman is a dirtbag, keeping a separate family. And I know this isn't the right that Matt explained to me. That's not what's happening, but he seems like a dirtbag on the cover.
Yes, that's a good book. That the thing is, those Lois Lane books could be a really good read. I mean, like if you like just go in with the attitude, let's see what happens. They can be a lot of fun.
Right. I love the
There's
cover.
the
That's why. And then just a couple of variants for the absolute.
that's a nice
main one, and one of the variants.
Very nice.
That's what I had.
All right, Lyle.
Yep. Maybe you remember this one when they came out, Matt?
I have two of the three. I just need to find the third one.
Oh, well, I have the whole set, but
Yeah.
see if I have any doubles. Superman number 206.
Good one.
Is that
Yep.
Doomsday? No.
No, that was a nasty piece of work.
work.
Uh,
Okay. Then I got this one.
Ah, yes, that is almost at the end of the original run.
Right.
714 was the last issue
That's right.
before the new 52 kicked in.
And the Superman Man of Steel number 37.
Batman of the Please note that every Batman is slightly different. It's a different Batman from every era. Like you've got the animated series, you've
Right.
got the
66.
old 66, you got the old Batman from the Golden Age, you've got the current Batman at the time, you've got a whole
Then I got
Cool.
Justice League of America number 231.
excellent.
Have you
One
read
of the that's one of the hi AG, welcome to the show.
And let's see here. Justice League again.
Nice. New 52 Justice League. That's
George
the-
Perez from 2012. And then this one.
Another good one. I have that.
Yeah.
I have them both.
And this one.
52 Aftermath, the Four Horsemen. Very cool.
Yeah, this one's from 2008. And Action Comics 654.
Yes. Part of the that's part of one of the Dark Knight Under Metropolis, eh?
Yeah.
There was
Adventure.
one in each at the time. There were three titles: Action, Adventures of Superman, and Superman. And there was one in each, and it was a really cool story between Batman and Superman.
Adventure Comics 378.
Another good one.
Neil Adams cover 1969.
And it was Kurt Swan's story inside.
Yep. There's Adventures of Superman
Nice.
from 2005, first
And
print.
that is near the end of the run when it became
Yep.
Superman again at 650.
And then this one. This will be my last one.
Very nice.
Yep.
Another one of those.
Adventures of Superman. This from 1990. Yeah.
Okay, Mike.
yeah, I got some more.
Awesome.
We have
It's primarily bronze, John Comic Journey.
258, the Energy Eater.
The Galactic Golem. He is awesome. Created by Lex Luthor to try and kill Superman, and then he realized it was too powerful when it turned on himself. Superman chased it into space. That was the return.
And then I have issue number 260.
I just got that recently. Yes, myself.
Really nice.
One.
Who's that? Who's the villain?
The Keeper of the Eternal Flame. I don't know what his name is.
I don't remember his name either. I only
Because I just got this one like about a week ago. I haven't had a chance to check that one out.
That's weird. It's cool.
Could somebody in the chat look up the villain for Superman 260? What his real name was?
And I got another 100 page giant here, number 284.
Nice. I have that one.
Superboy versus Superman.
Oh yeah, I think somebody else show this one. That's cool.
Well, we all have to defer to CJ here. He says rules are rules, damn it.
Yeah, I jumped in. Matt asked me if I could jump in, and I did. I admitted I didn't have much bronze. So mea culpa, mea maxima culpa.
It's more to give the show a bit of focus, but really, honestly, anybody can show anything Superman. This is literally the show of anything you want to talk about, anything you want to show Superman. I'm going with the Bronze Age because Mike showed me that he had bought. I saw on his channel he had bought a lot of Bronze Age. And thought
I bought a bunch of Bronze Age. Now I have to also start rebuilding my Silver Age collection.
Yeah, Superman's reasonably cheap right now, unless you're getting the 80-page giants, and then they're
Yeah. So here I got issue number 298.
Nice.
Nice. I got that about 6 months ago. It's hilarious because Lois is actually trying to convince him not to be Superman anymore, to just be her boyfriend.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You know,
Can
Lois
you-
is-
okay,
Lois
Screw
is
the rest of the
very-
world.
Ken
Very
Newton and
manipulating.
Anthony have said it was Vladimir,
Oh, okay.
the Viking keeper. And I remember the story. Now that you say that, I remember it completely. That was the thing that just triggered my memory.
Yeah.
And then I got another one here, an Action Comics 420. A Superman Genie.
Nice.
One thing about the Superman comics, nothing is nicer than a yellow Superman comic.
That's true. No. Yellow is a color he really stands out against.
Yeah, it's like it works so well for Superman.
Yeah.
And I'll show one more. Let me see here.
That the thought had crossed my mind too there, Biggie.
It's true. It's true.
Number 247, Guilty by the Guardians of what are these? The Guardians of
Guardians
the
of the
Universe.
Universe. Yep.
Yeah.
And in this issue, you discover that had Clark Kent not flown to Earth, he would have been the Green Lantern of Krypton. They had planned to make him Green Lantern.
You're allowed to say Krypton because Steven's not here.
I was just going to say that.
I just heard Matt say Krypton.
I don't know. He might be here. He was here earlier.
Stephen was here earlier, but I mean, his at this point, his visitor would have arrived. And
I
so-
see.
Okay, so we're allowed to
If
say Krypton.
you recall, he told us about the visitor on Friday night that was coming to do the trade. So
Yeah.
Krypton.
I can't help myself.
I know. I'm just goofing, man. It doesn't matter to me how you say it.
And
I got-
Kryptonite Kid, a lot of the books that we're showing today were reprinted in those Superman Bluebird ribbon digests.
Well, check out
look at
Crom.
that. Son of Crom, thank you so much. He's gifted
know what?
5 memberships.
Everybody's got to subscribe to Crom if you're not. That dude, what a good guy that guy is.
That has been fantastic. He's a great supporter of the comic community here.
Yeah, he really is.
One
Good
of the
dude.
best.
That's it for me for the comics for now.
Okay. Well,
You ran out.
No,
Yeah.
I have a few more, but you
I
want this
think
for
I
both?
think we're going to be wrapping
that's
things
all
up
right.
shortly. It is Sunday night, and I do have to get up early tomorrow.
No, because I had
Mhm.
more. I just didn't want. I don't know how long we have on the stream.
Well, I will be adding the names of those new 5 gifted members on the next stream because I don't know who's claimed them yet. I can't look at that while I'm on stream. So there will be 5 other members on here because Son of Crom, they randomly get given out. But at the moment, here's the board of the members. Thank you very much, AG, Big Nasty Comics, Chonko Comics and Nerd Culture, the Comic Collector Geek, Son of Crom. And I want to say thank you to Steven for his super chat tonight. That was very, very generous. I really appreciate that. I hope that everybody enjoyed themselves tonight. I love Superman. Everybody knows that. But what I like more is seeing the comics that people have. And one of the reasons I want to make this show more open to people rather than set up like on my Tuesday show, I get a guest and we talk and we do. On this show, I want to have different people on all the time, or the same people if they want to come all the time. For the simple fact is they have Superman books I don't have. And I want to see them all. And I hope that my fans and people who join us on the show want to see them too. And honestly, Superman should have more love than he does. I understand a lot of people find him boring, and I understand why people, because he's the rule follower. Batman is more exciting. He's rich. He breaks the rules, but he has rules he doesn't break.
Mm-hmm.
Superman, like I'm Mr. America. I'm da-da-da. And I can see why people say that, but you know what? The mythology is so rich and it's so long. If Superman didn't come along, we wouldn't have a lot of what we have today. And I just want to make sure everyone there knows
He's
that.
the OG of all of them.
Yeah. So, yes, I agree. Oh, thank you, Robbie. That's really nice of Robbie. And yes, AG, Superman is the GOAT. I mean, without him, we wouldn't have a Superman family. And I wouldn't have,
Look, if people are interested in getting into Superman, okay, forget about the movies. Okay, don't associate movies with the comics because you're always going to be disappointed one way or the other. So if the movie is great. If it's not as good as everybody wants it to be, has nothing to do with the comics. So, don't let that discourage you from buying the Superman comics.
Well, before we wrap up, Lyle, what have you got planned?
You mean for later today?
Well, more like what's
supper time here as soon as we get off the air.
I was thinking more in terms of YouTube or Instagram.
Oh yeah, well, I just a Friday night hangout, I guess, next Friday, and then Saturday I'm going to Vernon, BC, which is about 70 miles east of here for their Comic-Con, and then we'll see what I can find. I'm not very lucky at finding deals, but
very nice tonight, kid. Well, you're doing pretty good lately. You're 38 cents a book for the Moon Knight.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. Yeah,
Choco, what do you got coming up?
Well, tomorrow night is the big broadcast to see what the book is, right? I mean, everybody's going to be wanting to see what's Steven got. So everybody has to tune into Alan's channel, Comic Collector Geek, and I'm certain it's going to blow all of our minds. Whatever it is, it's going to be,
sure it will
be unbelievable. I'm prepared.
Absolutely certain it will.
I'm going to have an extra set of underwear here in this room with me because I fully anticipate I'm going to need to change them. And
my wife liked your comment. I heard her laughing.
and next Friday, usually hanging out on Biggie's channel at night, and next Saturday, I'm not sure about next Friday. Next Saturday, I'm going to be going to Nightmare Weekend here in Chicago. It's like a horror, but they have some comic people. In fact, I'm thinking I'm going to get some Elvira signatures on some comics.
Oh, cool.
So
very cool.
that'll be really cool. Suspiria was supposed to be there, but she canceled, which broke my heart. But then in a couple weeks, I'm going to be on Matt's channel. It's 2 weeks, right? In 2 weeks. And then also,
I have Renegade Rants this coming Tuesday, and then Chonko the week after.
And then not this weekend, but the following weekend, I'm going to be on with Nathan Hagen. I'm gonna do the Sunday morning hangover. In a couple.
Very cool. That was a lot of fun. I did that about a month and a half ago. It's a lot of fun.
They're funny guys.
So much.
Yeah.
Mike, Comic Mike, what do you got?
Every Saturday, a Big Nasty's channel. We do a stream. We just had you should check out the one we did just yesterday with Biggie Shack, and we'll have multiple guests coming up. I'm certain at some point Matt's going to be on. We need Matt to come out at some point.
Yeah, I was there. Robbie, unfortunately, no, but it does make you a very, very, very. It makes me very thankful for you with regards to the super thanks. You have to buy the membership at the membership button. It's only I'm only charging $2.99 Canadian a month, so I don't know what that is in American.
$1.25.
If you get one of those memberships, by the way, everybody remember that Crom, did that. You should thank that guy because he doesn't get enough thanks. He does a lot of stuff for people. He's a good dude.
Son of Crom, he knows how I feel about him. I've sent him many messages of encouragement and how cool he is and all that stuff. So, Comic Mike, what have you got coming up?
Well, have another video probably coming out either tomorrow or Tuesday. So I'm just continuing trying to be consistently like every 2 or 3 days with a new video. Also watching your show, Chonko's show, messaging Lyle once in a while on Instagram.
Very nice.
That's what I do.
If people want to check out my Instagram, it's Comic Mike 72.
Mhm.
I always post everything that I show in my videos on my Instagram. And until somebody invites me on another show, I don't know yet, but I'm just going to consistently keep making videos.
Yes,
We'll have you on at some point for sure. Like we're still working it out. We don't even know when we're doing shows right now.
Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Whenever you want, just message me.
Right on.
that is great, guys. Thank you very much, and thank you to Biggie Shack for joining us for the time he did. I appreciate every one of you. I appreciate all the time that everybody. I appreciate everybody that's come out tonight, and I particularly appreciate the members tonight and everybody who was at it. I'm telling you right now, the vast majority of money I make off this is going out to charity. It's not going to even stay in my pockets for the most part. Once things get going.
Lyle's got his hand out.
Yeah. No. Okay.
I'm kidding now.
Apparently, Lyle's a registered charity. I did this. I'm doing this more to give people more options with the memberships and things like that. With the memberships, I'm able to do videos that I can't do here. I did a zombie tramp video that shows some very risque books that is available only for members. So you will have access to some, as I said, and of course I did one where I show off my Smurf collection. So, thank you everybody for coming. My name is Matt, and I like comics, and I like Superman a lot, and I hope you do too. Thanks, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Everyone.